Hello, movie lovers. Welcome back to SignaTeak channel. Today is all about fresh cinema experiences, and I can't wait to share my thoughts on the newest film making its mark. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the recap of this exciting cinematic adventure. Movie start Demons. A father and his young daughter are playing by the river in a small farming village. While he was telling her underwater jokes to please her, something went wrong. A man is badly dragged, assaulted and killed by a mysterious creature. The village panics and summons skilled warriors to hunt the mysterious creature. He throws an explosive ball into the river, and the impact appears to kill a giant ray. Everyone thought they had finally gotten rid of the horrible monster. As a token of gratitude, the warrior receives some valuables. But now there's a big protagonist. His name is Tan, a monk and a demon hunter. He warns that Stingray is not the monster that brought death to the village. He warns that the devil is still alive. All the residents turn against him and beat up this poor man. Hunter warns them again to stay out of the water and prove themselves safe. The deceitful warrior pushes one of the monks into the water. Everything seemed right. After that, dozens of people jump into the river to celebrate the devil's death. However, Tan, who was trapped there, was already aware that the demon was approaching the village again. He screams and tries to warn everyone, but no one pays any attention. Suddenly, the woman is bitten by the monster and panic breaks out again. Everyone gets out of the water and climbs onto a tree platform. But that's not enough. This monster has nasty tentacles that drag its prey underwater. Even if a person were to try to climb up to the upper floor, the tentacles would easily pull them up. 4,444 people are sheltering as best they can at home. And Tan is still lonely with the monster there. The little girl, Sean, also stayed behind and began screaming for her mother. Tan asks her to keep her quiet, but she's already too late. Her tentacles latch onto her and begin to pull her cunt. A desperate mother runs and grabs her leg. More villagers came to her aid and even cut her hair. The monster clings to the girl's body with a scythe. They break the damn tentacles. However, the girl had already fallen into the water. Her mother is holding her in her arms. Then a demon emerges from the river and eats the child. A woman in despair jumps into the river to save her daughter. And in her hand she has her sickle, but the demon tiger fish defeats her with one bite. The impact caused the wooden bridge to collapse, and the basket containing the baby fell from her mother's arms. The baby slid off the platform towards the river, but Mr. Tan escaped, jumped to the other side of the platform, and lifted the baby's side. They were almost there when the devil came down again on the other side. And Mr. Tan had to grab a crook to help offset the big bad fish that hit the platform and threw the baby into the water. As the bridge began to rotate, Tan held the man's nose and pulled the baby out of the water. At the critical moment of the attack, he managed to throw the young baby there. Only the basket was still hanging there, and the devil came at full speed to seize the child. A pawn cuts the rope of a giant stingray, which then punches the monster head-on. Tan runs to get the baby, but the monster again destroys the pillars of the platform and throws the boy to the ground to avoid being eaten alive. With the child still in his hands, he again used the seesaw system and ordered everyone to jump onto the platform and try to throw the fish out of the water. However, the creature is so heavy that even a few dozen humans are not enough. Then a very tall woman jumped onto a platform and threw the big evil fish out of the river, and the monster turned into a thin man with long hair. Tan spread out a cloth in front of the boy, put away his spiritual items, and began cranking his instrument while singing a very annoying song. However, it didn't go very well. The demon got angry and started beating him, but a woman appeared, beat the creature, and put it in a bag containing sacred ingredients. The monster has become a stuffed toy keychain. This woman is also a demon hunter, Miss Duan. She asks what Tan's abilities are, and he shows her that his powers are based on a book consisting of 300 children's poems. She laughs in his face and finds the whole thing completely pathetic. Mr. Tan was disappointed and left the village. Duan received all the credit for the devil's death. Still, the man was unable to save the child and his family. He tells his Buddhist master that he believes he cannot protect people. The master says his true power will be found in his poetry book. A true hunter removes only the dark souls of his enemies and only brings out the good parts of them. He must continue his hunt to awaken his true powers. In a faraway place called the Gao Family Inn, several warrior wanderers entered the place to take a break from their journey. You are greeted by a strangely kind man. He showed them a bunch of juicy pigs he was preparing and served it to the couple. The couple clearly enjoyed this crispy and delicious little cube of meat. As they were enjoying the architecture and admiring the decorations, the waiter introduced them to the master chef, who had prepared such a wonderful dinner. His name is Kel Hog, a mysterious creature that looks like a plastic doll. Master Chef says nothing. He only answers questions by dancing and waving. The girl kept insisting that he say something. The man screams in anger. Prompted by the woman, the couple attempts to escape, but the demon seizes their weapons and eliminates the traveling couple. A short time later, Tan also appeared at the crime scene. He is greeted by another receptionist, but different from the previous couple. Tan can break through illusions with his brain. Everything around him was a genjutsu. The couple, who appeared to be alive, lay on the floor covered in blood. Pork is not juicy at all. They carry the dead in them, and the candlestick is a deadly gallows. Tan says he is a hunter and asks the monster to reveal his true identity. As the woman grabbed her arm, Tan threw two powerful punches at her. Duan appears and again hits the strange receptionist with all his might. Duan now uses the power of the ring. Her attacks range from single throws that destroy enemies to charged attacks that fire multiple rings and turn enemies to dust. Even after the entire horde was defeated, the demon pig was still missing. He quietly approaches and starts fighting Duan, trying to get them to attack him with a pitchfork. Duan's use is ring pile ability. A portion of the monster's true face is revealed after several attacks. Tang went to the specified place and found a white lotus flower plant where he was the only one in bloom. It pointed to a secret entrance. The boy falls into a hole and is startled by a completely insane man who has been trapped there for over 500 years. This is the Monkey King. I'm furious that someone has been around for so long. The man tries to run away, but the roots of the plant attack him like an electric whip. There's no way to escape. Tan gives him a banana to calm him down, and then he tries to ask how he can get rid of the demon pig. He says that the Monkey King needs to be seduced by a girl who dances in the moonlight. Tan thinks this is perfect since Duan arrived just at that moment. The king teaches her strange dance moves, and then they set off on a mission. Duan begins dancing in the moonlight, but soon a boar arrives in a rage. The Monkey King starts yelling at the demon pig, saying it's been a long time since they met. When the boar sticks its head into a hole to meet the king, she is captured by the king. The Monkey King turned him into a little piglet, so Duan hid it inside the pokeball and made another little keychain. Tan continues to despise Duan. She asks him to marry her, and she even uses all the patches to rebuild his poetry book. For the 1000th time, he ignored her and told her to leave her alone. Duan is shocked by Tan's attitude, and she decides to leave for good. As the man thinks about the mistake he has made, he hears the Monkey King from below requesting that the lotus flower in front of the hole be removed as it obstructs the view of the moon. Tan decides that there is no problem with the creature's request and removes the flower. However, the object captured Saruma. Now, Wukong is free without it, and in his true, powerful form. He beats Tan thoroughly and begins pulling out chunks of his hair until he's completely bald. The man simply expressed his pain and began a Buddhist prayer. 3 hunters then arrived to confront the Monkey King and decide to draw a lot by punching the demon in the face so they can easily defeat him. The first was a kung fu master who was devoured by Wukong in just 3 seconds of fighting. Next are the feet of the Almighty. His tiny feet actually become giant feet. Hunter jumps up and gives Monkey King an atomic kick, but to no avail. He then decides to deliver a devastating kick, but Wukong is hard as nails and pierces his master's leg. The man screamed in pain and his little legs trembled. Finally, it's the prince's turn. He opens a box containing swords, swords, and swords, and throws only one, which becomes a flying sword and drags the monkey into the sky. He then throws several shots at once and uses his fingers to demonstrate his movements, cutting through Goku, who is ridiculously fast. The sword continues to track the demon, attacking it in different directions. However, the king repulses them with the help of his staff. The prince attempts to use his greatest power to combine the swords to create the blade Megazord. The giant sword collides with the king's staff and is destroyed. However, his armor is more durable and his great sword breaks. Wukong unleashes more and more of his power, and his screams only consume the remains of the three hunters. It's all over. Wang returns to eliminate Tang, but is surprised by Duan. He tried to use the ring's ability, but it had no effect. The Monkey King defeated the woman with a single blow to his head. She had already almost lost her life and just wanted to hear what true feelings and had for her. At the end, he told her that he really loved her. But Duan does not fight back against his wounds. Tan picks up her bracelet and puts it on her finger like a ring. Finally, Wukong destroys Duan's body. As everything around Tang was destroyed by demons, the monk awakened his true power. Tang became the incarnation of Buddha. His power was so strong that nothing could harm him. He used a book of poetry to create a huge statue of the Monkey King, but it was soon destroyed by the devil. The monk then proceeded to the final stage, the palm of God, the highest power of the universe. Buddha pushes his hand into the Earth's atmosphere and hits Goku like a meteor. This time, the Monkey King could not withstand its power and was destroyed by the Buddha's palm. This is how the Monkey King is purified and becomes the best version of himself. Master Tangus says that he must follow the sacred path under the protection of his three beings whom he has purified. Monk continues his journey, and Duan is always in Monk's memories. And the movie ends here. Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed this film recap and want more, subscribe now, like, and share captivating stories with your friends. Tell me which movie you'd like me to summarize next. See you soon.